Vi, you can pop the charm, but I can understand the Poppy in the same boat, but it just doesn't give you that go-in tool. So it feels like it's going to be very heavily on like Gala trying to set up with these arrows for picks and then having that side lane pressure. Use that to go for dragons. Does mean you're not going to get like 4 or 5 for a split pushing Yone, but sorry, 4 or 5 Void Grubs for a split pushing Yone, but you're still fine, I think, as LNG to just try and focus on early dragon takes, so BLG don't have an objective to force you into fights later.
And maybe as well with that dragon take for LNG gives a bit of space to Gala and Hung, who've been shoved up against the turret.
Trying to move down. I think he just needs to try and zone Zuka off from joining this though, as 80 carries contest mid push, but Elk moving over.
Oh, flash on. He goes in and with a Magnet Storm draws them in. A flash gets interrupted as he arrows the counterpunch, but for LNG, Hung is too low to re-engage. Zik is trying to burn down Bin and he's just getting zoned off as well, but gets a flip back and now tries to out-team fight with the Paranoia in. BLG group on up and they see enough. They dive onto this jungler as it's trade for trade, but BLG in the middle of the pit getting hit by scouters. Wei gets over on the backside, but LNG have numbers advantage again. Bin's trying to carry the rest and he does eventually with Elk getting the 4th shot, but now BLG bring in Knight. He wasn't in the fight, and that was a different. Shockwave brings on in, holds Scout, saves Wei, and he picks up the kill. Knight chases down with the rest of LNG, already falling so close. Gala tries to be that team fight 80 carry, and when LPL goes head to head, you ask for more of that, please.
That was such a sick fight.
Gold lead as LNG, the retribution is going to be the fact that they're 2 dragons up.
But I think the fallback plan for LNG yesterday was a lot of these LNG to play off of like picks from Gala with Wei.
Oh, that's a pick. They give opportunity. Hung's trying to save the play, but instead Zika's already dead. Under turret, it will end up being a trade, but it's only support for supporters. Elk now sits down, waiting for that shot to come through, and onto Hung. It's being tanked up by Knight, who walked on in. Wei wants to slow here with the stride breaker, but it's not enough. Elk just walks out in smooth fashion, and BLG open up the turret and open up the advantage. Second grub spawn, and yeah, we're fighting as BLG. We come back to the reality that they're also going to be taking the Herald. So this gold lead is about... Oh, Hung is trying to add some pressure of his own onto the red buff. Wei is sure behind him. He takes the Paranoia. The Ash Arrow doesn't connect though, so he's bought time. Wei has to ulti in the end, but Wei takes him down. The Shockwave looking for a trade, finds it easily, and Wei's now in trouble. The Curtain Call tries to slip the gap, but with a Hung ulti lying down, or rather on, Carla's in so much trouble. He gets ulted by Bin on the back end, and LNG have to run for their life. BLG slower than you'd expect. However, Bin pays respect. Grubs go down, or rather, turret, excuse me.
Group up on mid, they have Rift Herald, but I don't think they need it with this grub burn.
Gala stepping forward, you wouldn't expect it, but he's got his team behind him. Everything. What region is this?
I mean, LNG are not the team that usually goes for this, but...
Arrow, blocked by On. Here we go, the engage, but it's taken by Elk in the end. The re-engage comes through from On as he jumps into the back line, but isolated is Hung. He has to flash away, but Scout brings them together to clap. LNG are taking the fight, and BLG don't know what just hit them. Scout is this team. Scout is LNG, and without Scout, they were worried, but he made it to Worlds, and he is sick of the accusations.
Have you not seen Scout's Yone? This is what this man does. You'll see the importance that he brings to this team, and the immediate teleport to the bottom side. Tried to get the tower, wasn't in a position to do so, but LNG, they're going to get this second tower for themselves as well. That play was sick.
That was a 4K cold swing just about, or maybe even more with the turret going down. LNG with the top laner actually adding a lot as well. There's a reason that they're prioritizing this pick, and that Zika is also to the ceiling of fate from Scout. Zika cleans it up. Paranoia used again. BLG getting engaged on, and it's onto Elk. He's the backline condition, but Wei has gone too deep before Zika can get there, but Elk is still going to get traded. Again, he's burning them down. We just highlighted the man, and he's taken BLG all out. They're trying to deal with him, but he's still so healthy. There's no damage left, and Scout will deal with another fate sealed, and LNG's team fights are looking blissful. On gets out. Bin only by the hair of his chinny chin, but Hung has got a date with another support. It looks cute. It looks great. He takes a turret shot, and they dissipate. But On and Hung as they leave.
Armor.
It hits On. As he's leaving enemy jungle, it hits On, and he doesn't have Merc Treads. It's Paranoia. Carla, that arrow was...
Potential soul now for the LNG squad.
Now we watch and wait. We look for who's always ahead. Remember, 1,800, 1,900 gold throughout this early game as Hung is moving into danger. He gets engaged on it. It's a nice Magnet Stormer setup as well with the cease and desist. He tries to turn it. Everything used on the support now means danger for BLG. Into the back line, Weiwei's just run on in. The shockwave to get him in the back, but Scout already disengages.
And now they're on towards the Baron, way half health. Scout spots him.
He's got no flash, he's got no ulti. As you said, Scout just says, cease and deliver. Takes a free kill in LNG in a matchup that I did not see coming. Have just outclassed BLG in this mid game as Red Bull Baron power play is theirs.
But this has always been a team, this split, that when they get their picks, look astounding.
Know how much on Scout's side after Knight was bullying him in the early game. So again, it's a pleasure to open up with this on Worlds as LNG still being the favorites here. Now with the gold leader, found themselves a free support and Weiwei flew in with the paranoia. It's a 2-quick kill. Bin though separates, which is great, but Weiwei flashes up, builds a bit of space while the rest of LNG try to find the back pieces, but Elf zones himself out from Scout, almost dies in the end, and Bin, even though he looked for the chase, dies as well. Zeka flashes on top of Knight, and the underdogs of the LPL are taking it to the tournament favorites.
The Kingmaker in Knight has just fallen to the bidding king in Zuka, and that might be the end of this game. LNG, they're in front of the base. Shots fired from Gala, from Elk, but I don't think it's enough.
Death timers, I mean, there are huge. Wei's up in 10 seconds, but Knight's not there. Bin's not there for another 25.
Calling his bluff here on multiple chances, especially Gala. Now the engage.
At least for Scout, this is last hope's part for BLG to find a pick, but they've done no damage on Scout. Instead, he turns it as Weiwei flies in again. Free farming, Scout does it again! Sealing the fate of the first seed of the LPL. That's my Faker protege.
Scout is a man on a mission, and BLG are in his sights. Bin with TP to the tower. Can he get the wave? Can he do something here? But it feels like there's nothing left.
How do you defend? He's got nothing in the tank, and BLG might have good early game or good early lanes, but LNG read their game, read their minds. The third seed of the LPL take them down, move to 2-0. And when we say Scout is LNG, we bloody mean it.
But definitely more focused towards those big team fights with the Rumble ultimates, and so much follow-up damage coming through from that Lucian, Jhin, and long-range ultimates.
There's a lot of big ultimate buttons to pull on both teams though, right? Like Yone, all in engage. Gen G did get what they wanted mid, move to Grubs first, and Canyon starts it off. He's going to take one with ease. The next is a question.
Etienne starting to move in. Cream here.
Look at the angle from Lahenzi, gets the engage onto the jungler as the Fate Sealed is a good one as well. Chovy, it's clean, but he goes back in as now Cream has to fight fire with fire, but Mako can't do anything. Culling comes through and Chovy just takes it down as easy as that. Clean from the mid laner of Gen G, while Cream just relentless pursued back on in. In Fog of War he gets punished. A double over to Chovy. Available, Meganar is coming in.
I think Keen's reading this. Oh no.
Oh, he's not. He jumps in. Dagda, as you were saying, it's the opposite. Permafrost at melee range. It's going to come on in as Canyon tries to save the play, but he can't. But does he have enough damage with Bramble Smash? I think close to. 369 is ticking away the scrap shield. Saves him for a time being. Tien looking for the Permafrost. Bramble smashes. Canyon is on an edge, on a mile. He's in the rocks. For now, gets down anyway. The crowd. Tien is just bullying Keen. His flash is still not up and available. The flash to match. He already hopped out. Permafrost, Electro Harpoon. He's dead again. 369 gets another. But Tien's year has been insane. Even at MSI, I think we saw some highlights. And yeah, sure, they'd lost to G2. This is going to be an all-out brawl just for Grubs. Smite comes down. It's Canyon to get it. 4 Grubs. Okay, Gen G, do you want some more? One goes to top Esports as Canyon runs on in, but he already got what he wanted. The setup from Mako with the pull in. Thank you, Kinematics. Gives top Esports a kill. Canyon already got away with a bit of a robbery. And the fact that Tien does have a small item differential with Kindle Jam, he's going to be caught out. Solarflare locks him down. It's lock for lock though with the Shattering Strike as the Nature Grass, as you talked about, is great positioning. Tien can't get out. It's at a good angle from Lahenzi. He just stayed. Also committed as well, so you know Chovy's here before anyone from Top Esports shows face. Nature's Grasp in the late contest. TP as well from the top. I mean, Top Esports don't have their 80 carrying position. Jackalove's zoned out by Keen, while the rest of Gen G take the fight in the middle of the pick. Mako's zoned out, taken out first. TES are trying to brawl with the Brawl Stars. Chovy gets a double already, and even though Jackalove gets his ulti, he's getting whittled away by the Gnar. Flash matches as well. 369 bullies and gets something back as Cream tries to outplay. He's got a health bar. He's got Lahens in his sights. He's got 369. Wait! No way to Top Esports. Get something out of nothing! What the hell? How do they
pretty
win?
good, but the fact that Gen G, the target selection, the focus on towards the members that were stuck in the pit for top esports.
Back onto Chovy as well. After that, Dragon goes down. It's Mountain Soul. Another push here as top esports group up. Okay, Canyon. Well, unfortunate. He was going to look for another push. Maybe that's a blessing in disguise, Dak. That's what we mean when we say top esports willing to split the difference here. Play the macro gamers. They're going to lose mid, but for JackieLove stepping up, he might hold on my phrase. He's being targeted out and an easy kill. Donated over to Pays. Lahan's taking a bit of damage as top esports. Look for the retribution. Look for the revenge. Look for the king making play that can court Gen G. They've found Canyon in the way. The equalizer. Beautiful, and he cannot.
Punches every time you make a play. Lahan's caught by TN
Still
though.
caught, and Permafrost is an easy taking down tool. Locked in place, and 369 damage is unbeatable this game. Off that last play.
The fact that you... Oh, actually, the tower is going to fall, but no local gold going over towards Gen G is at least...
in the middle of the wave, and he walks back, he tries to run, he doesn't have flash available, so he's going to get stunned. Solar Flare, an easy lock, and a shutdown.
They don't really care about one dragon going to Gen G. As long as they can get this mid turret. Can Gen G look for the engage with Canyon off the back of this though?
Keen has Mega Knight and Flash available. TES moving into a choke, but they're too far away. Keen doesn't take the opportunity, and TES moving to Fog of War.
Mako basically playing bodyguard here with TN, making sure top esports can get out easily. There's always that potential of Canyon just opening up with ult. A flash play from Keen catches them out, but top esports, they get the tower and trade for that dragon.
Chovy in an angle as well. Chovy in a great angle. He's going to take it onto JackieLove. Caught out. Solar Flare. They're taking the 80 carry to town. He flushes out, but Chovy is still matching, but they can't kill him. He goes in the backline. That's Pays. He snipes. He assassinates. The equalizer doesn't even hit as Canyon is a new target. Front to back now with the culling. They run forward, but no one's dying yet. Gen G are in so many different angles, so many different movements. They're hitting him from all sides. It's a sandwich, but I think for TES, it's a rotten one. A double turns into a triple, turns into a finisher, and Gen G with the 10 out of 10 team fight dissipate top esports.
The darkness is full of terror for top esports.
So many different possibilities. They keep their team alive. And I'm an LCK lover in this game. And this is Gen G putting on a bit of a show here as Tien is now caught between the turret and he's taking damage. He's poked out, but it enables Gen G to find themselves a bit of a turret, a bit of a free kill as well as Tien ends up dropping. Lahan's found another great pick, and now TS find themselves in trouble.
Top esports don't have a leg to stand on. It's been chopped away by Chovy. It's been hacked at by Pays, and this team of Gen G
Gen G use Keen to pull in the wave.
But you got TP from Jovian towards mid just to push in that wave to draw top esports, but they look for Keen.
They're looking for Keen. They find the pieces, they pick apart Tien into the Glacial Prison, but Keen hops away. He's still not dead, and now into a corner. Gen G are tearing him limb from limb. TES haven't even got the thrust of Chovy. Oh, it's church time. He may miss though, so I think we're going to go another Sunday while he roots himself into a corner. He gets autoed to death. Gen G, wait. I knew I was an atheist. As they run back, they're trying to block every shot, but Keen is burning down and hit by the sniper of JackieLove. All right,
we need to push back Gen G, and that starts with the wave, so going to opt out of this one. And we'll be looking for it though.
So 369 runs towards him. Now he's behind enemy lines. Gen G are like, look, what do we do? Do we find the fight? Do we find the Baron? And Chovy is trying to help out, but Lahan's already flashed away. He wants to build space, get back towards his team while Chovy zones out JackieLove, but getting burnt to a crisp is 369 on top of Lahan's. He's overheated though, but now with the new flame spitter out in the culling, he's dead. But Canyon's ulti, is it good enough? The question with the Eagle
Keen has hit Mega again, so they need to find that window now on top esports.
Cream's culling is going to be up and available. Tien though is found out, packing up against the wall. The fate sealed, beautiful. Gen G back into control, into the back line. They've got a double, a quick kill and access as Cream Cullings against the side. He's open season for Gen G as Chovy, Keen walk into JackieLove and a nice cat from Canyon to seal another deal. It looked a bit sloppy.
Gen G.
TES held out for so long, but like it just comes back to that same reality that Pays and Chovy is how he performed in finals. But Pays still, Dagger, it comes back to your point, Pays is still a supreme team fighting AD carry. He's still
Hands. This has been such a good bot lane to focus down JackieLove and Mako.
TES on their last defense. The Baron's doing a lot of work under this inhibitor, and Chovy's free to step up. TES on their defensive position as they're losing everything in the base. Gen G is spreading them thin, and TES just need to fight and fight in front of their Nexus turrets as what they've got left as Gen G have now opened up double inhibitor.
There's the ultimate from Canyon, though. They want to end this now.
And Maokai sends it in, and Solar Flare also zones out TES. One next to turret taken down with ease. TES need the last stand and begins with the culling with the Glacial Prison, with everyone jumping in. The equalizer good, but Maker only gets one man. Even with a good Magnet Storm, it's still not enough. Genji in a 4 versus 4 as TES are running forward. Now deal with 369, who thought he had it, but Genji are believers in themselves. That's all that matters here. 3 people left alive. They're low on health bars. They can't end now as TES managed to only just defend.
They're so low, but Genji, Keen's going to reset and TP in on this wave. They need to try and find a way to stop this. JackeyLove's alone!
Tagged and he gets ulted immediately. Pays is too strong. Chovy's here to support as well. Cream sitting from the fountain, but Keen is now rocked up as Genji will remain undefeated in another cinema game here at Worlds.
Makes things a little bit easier. Braum,
good
the opposite side. Okay, yeah. The only... It's always, I could look at like Sejuani Braum, like incredibly strong.
Yep.
And you've also got the Ashe then for your engage, so...
Okay.
I don't think he gets the kill here as Doran.
Well, Broken Blade is walking up. He maybe thinks he needs his jungler to help out. At least there's a good bop up as he buys time, but Doran now moves back and thinks, well, my jungler's top, and that means I have to play it simple. Walks back to the wave, and that's it.
Yeah, I think Doran was fishing to see what he could get.
Put myself back before. He is the best Western player to ever exist.
Problem is, though, you're going up against, like, Peanut, an insane jungler. You're going to like, no, I want to bring Zeka across so he becomes this new big mid laner, becomes a world champion, and now...
Ulti, Cap's caught out. He can't get out in time. Easy first blood.
Potential Void Grubs. Nothing there. Peanut.
Sends the ulti.
Oh, he predicts it!
Yoink! The prediction, indeed. The arrow almost connecting, but Zeka's here to take the kill. Peanut knew exactly where he was going. Caught out after trying to find something towards mid. Peanut's now walking down G2. It's all falling apart. They've overcommitted in the bot side, and with concussive blows, they've got nowhere to go. Han Summer first, Viper kiting back, but Mickey is about to be clapped.
G2 just don't...
Disaster. It's a 2K, more than 2K gold lead. G2 got Dragon, yes. Hummer Life got 3 grubs in the early part. Yike is there as we look towards top. Broken Blade flashed on by Doran, and we're close to solo kill territory, but the Hammer Shock doesn't connect. Doran pops the ulti. Broken Blade's run out of mana and cooldowns.
2 seconds on that charge, though. Could potentially look for it, especially with Yike in the area. G2, they need to try and stop the backs, but they're kind of late on this.
There's a ward down. Doran, he's trying to come in. Mickey needs it. He finds it with a shattering strike. Autos him down, takes current turret shots, the swell seed against the turret, but G2 still haven't found the kill. They just need to find the kill. Dagda is pointing to the screen. He's like, hysterics, look at what's happening bottom meanwhile.
Yeah, they're going to look for the counterplay as well.
They finally get it. Kill the man! Just kill him! Okay. They get a gold lead in topside. I mean, the rest of the map is still burning, don't forget.
Yeah, Viper didn't reset though, so he's going to, thanks to the approach velocity as well and the runes, and now Hansama.
He stepped up.
Cleanse, used.
He does indeed. Mickey looks for the re-engage, but he misses. Mickey's now in no man's land. He's dead. Classic Mickey, I'll say, but Viper with his... Herald's going to be taken down as well.
Delight moved to the bottom side here to cover any sort of counterplay though, so not really in a position.
Herald's now used on mid, and HLE are going to open this up with ease, while Zeka saw 2 top. Again, great map play from HLE.
Yeah, and they're going to look for a little bit more. Peanut had to walk his way around the tower, but should get the charge. Nicely done there. TP by Zeka back into the top side, even push Caps off the turret. And meanwhile, Broken Blade pushing in bot side, so you are answering some of these towers, but...
Zeka almost at 200 at 17 minutes. That's nasty. If you get Smolder execution before 20 minutes...
Just trying to get anything. Dragon in 15, multiple members of G2 on this bottom side, but Doran has TP to join, so in the grand scheme of things...
Ain't it? Takes a turret shot for his worth as well. The Broken Blade tries to dart around the turret, but concussive blows are there while Zeka's taking bot side turret. Now we get the Lilia lilting lullaby, but great ult from Delight. Look how much time it buys, and Doran's just set back closer towards his base. That's a kill, but now Viper's engaged with no damage in the back either, so while G2 continuously force on the top side and get the turret, they get a kill, but look at bot, the wave pushing in.
With the counter pick on towards the Smolder means he gets shoved. Ashe pick for Viper, these are all great.
Ulti a little bit early, Fate sealed out, Mum as well used. Peanut tried to get the participation award, but as Rel brings him back in, Mickey's done a bit of damage. Peanut still not hit away, he has to flash though, but hang on, G2 are throwing everything into the wayside, and it might stick. They get the support, they then get Peanut, they punish damage. Hanwha.
Have they found their moment?
No way from a pick. Hanwha alive. They're the ones who wanted to find the opening in this game towards Baron. It's a good shattering strike. It's a good Baron. It's a good keeper's verdict. And G2 have blown it apart. Viper's about to be in execution range. Snap back. The red buff saves. Smolder damage hurts. That's the truth from Zeka right now. Doran's in a side.
Has to try and find a position here, but that denies that flank opportunity for Caps. There are wards available if he wants to.
Swell seats there as well.
5 members of G2 on this mid tower.
They didn't see him coming in, but under turret, they're going to look for the siege. Instead, Broken Blades want to be turned on. Zeka's damage is immense under the turret. They're sieging down, but G2 have to leave and give up their ground. HLE looking for the engage. Doran comes in, but he misses. Swellsy lilts into a lilting lullaby, but Zeka gets a kill on Mickey. It's Peanut in the center fold in the river, but they get the engage. It's Broken Blade who gets the flash out. Good engage from Mickey as well. The setup is huge. Caps knocks him down. They get one pick onto the jungle, but look at Viper stepping up to Mickey. He autos him to the ground. Hans just has to fight it out. It's a trade. It's messy, but I love it. With a war, but he jumps back. He still wants the leash at Hum alive. Unknown to his game, though. Looking for the knock-up. He finds it, but HLE will take that leash, and Dragon given over it is. And Baron has started. You know what that means.
But no TP on Caps.
Arrow, Broken Blade, it hits Mickey, frontlining for the engage, Shattering Strike, he gets out, Mum called in a little bit early, Hunsummer zoned down, Peanut's ult not hitting, Broken Blades does, Caps, a two-man knock-in is good for G2, Broken Blade strikes it down, it's a big pick, Viper's dead, Delight's dead, and G2 have risen, now drowsy, asleep, bedtime for Peanut, G2 with a team.
Desperately fighting them, they pick off Viper, they get their second Baron of the game. But do you know what, Asterix? It's not
locked all of them.
But they saw no TP on Caps. They thought they could make the pick before they got in, but Broken Blade...
Zeka. He's trying to zone him off, and he doesn't die that easy. He knocks him up. He's sacrificing his life just to zone him off. Mickey tries to threaten and get that flash, but Zeka holds on while mid-turret goes down in the end. This time, Baron has me.
This is feeling like 2019 with the way Caps is performing. As now they go for the tower.
Keep his verdict away. EU again, getting even closer. Running under this turret is a good mark as HLE look to defend again, but Broken Blade has gone too far. He has to get out. Cooking a bit too much in the kitchen.
They get position on the Dragon. Thanks to that. Can they burst
Arrow,
it? Dragon's gone.
It's denied. Mum as well does nothing. G2 looking for the fight. The swell team. Yeah, their numbers are shown up. And that means turret for certain. As you said, Caps holds his mark, finally gets inner. It will be a trade.
It'll also give, I believe, Infinity Edge to Caps off this play, right as they look towards the Baron.
Caps comes into the back line, but popped away from Doran from the counter strike. Arrow flying out as well. Mickey blocks it, but the engage is going to get popped. Hanwha lights.
G2 just going to shove in mid instead. They're trying to contest on towards that Baron too.
He's worried about Caps, but Caps is just going to get some time with the turret. Baron is going to go down. Yike, 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 yike! Steals it for Europe's hopes. He's done it!
And that's the inhibitor down as well. When
G2 with a low contest.
Ash Arrow going towards top. They're looking for the play.
The fake sealed. It misses. The arrow misses. Doran's going to die. He goes golden, which is buying time, but Mickey's tanking up. He's fine. Teleport in. Jump away. Doran's still surviving another day as Zeka rolls on in. Maybe for G2, it's not a good play anymore. Mum forces the flash, but Caps is dead. G2 tried to cook to end. Recall, but 3 versus 4 in mid for now. Doran is just hanging around, respecting that bot wave, but inhibitor through mid going to die. Dagda, Mickey's up in 5.
It's still going to be a 4v4. It looks like Hanwha don't want to try and overforce on the play. There's one ward for him, but it's, yeah, I think it's gone.
G2 for the first time in this game going to lose the Baron. TP, wait, they're going to commit for the play. Caps is looking for the end. Hanwha need to back away, but they've got the Baron enhanced recalls, and G2 can't converge quick enough, but the bases are still stopped. Caps is going to get the inhibitor. Hanwha Life don't feel safe to back just yet. Doran's going to TP to the Nexus turret. That will save the base.
But can they TP Caps in? They want to try and take the 5v5.
Drowsy, it's a one-man onto Peanut. Hunsummer trying to move into position. Bopped away. Numbers advantage. Change of corruption. Mickey's is there as Caps is taking the 1v1, but Doran is killing him dead. Hanwha Life are winning the fight on the top and on the bottom. This Jack's unkillable, and Caps only just surviving, while G2's plan has gone kaput.
Caps is trying to run away. The TP now. Peanut has the flash if he can just get the bop.
Run,
but Caps,
rabbit,
he's a flashes! But I don't think it's enough. Hanwha still chasing him down. To get away. But
Zeka gets him. Hanwha Life return to the source of power, and Zeka cleaning up that kill. Dagger, I think finally now we have a decider.
Caps tried every trick in the book, but with Yike, the last man standing against the LCK first seed. It's just a wave that is going to wash over the base of G2.
And our longest game now at Worlds for 2024 is HungerLight versus G2 as they move to 2-0.
I think Nara's fine, yeah,
Okay.
so Bree's going to be able to get push in that top side and start look to take these turret plates and accelerate the game through that side of the map. You've got Kalista Renata that Tarzan is going to heavily play for in this bottom side of the map.
That's good laning so far, but Umti's coming in to interrupt that. Upper is low, but he has a mana bar. Xiaohu with nothing to spare, and even though he's used the cookie up, he tries to get onto APA, and Umti just stops him in play. Permafrost is there, and First Blood goes over to TL. Meanwhile, on the backside, or bottom rather, Weibo are getting flashes, but maybe kills. Yon away, it's a flash rend. I talked him up for a reason, and Weibo see the light.
Just about able to get the kill there, but in the mid lane, Xiaohu falling, doesn't respect the potential play from Umti, and APA off to a nice start now as he'll be able to crash that wave, reset, and get back some of that health bar that Xiaohu was putting pressure on him with.
The wave pushing in is bad news bears for Yon though, Dagda. He's coming in slow as I think bad news bears should be topside. Story time has ended again because Breathe has closed. Tarzan gets all three. So I'm looking at EXP bars alongside with these trades, Dagda. Both junglers just ticked over to 5. Umti, as he gets this dragon, will get a little bit of a boost as well as APA going to get shockwaved on the spot. Tarzan's now running in, and he's caught up against the wall. As he gets thrown a rock, Tarzan takes him down, and again. But Crisp is here on a ward. They might turn this into a play if they can get a scatter the week, and Crisp now with nowhere to go, even with the ulti up. Aqua Prison perfect, and APA positioning.
So it looks like they may not be able to get there, but it was a nice thought process from Impact to say, hey, look, I can get so much out of this play for just my ultimate.
It's a shame TL aren't there, but
I'm just getting more and more damage as I progressively work my way through this tower. That's not how this is supposed to work for Breathe, but he's
walking in. It's a double TP as now the Skarner engage is halted by Umti. Good Glacial Prison as his damage being absorbed, but Tarzan takes a tidal wave while Xiaohu on the back end is dealing with APA. A great ulti from Crisp. He makes him go berserk. Light sends him in, and Crisp tries the Q flash. He gets orbed, decepted, bailed out, but he's dead. Dragon goes over to Weibo, and I cannot believe Crisp just goes, yep, I'll try and 1v3, and now Xiaohu doing the same. He has to flash away, get out of there while this Renekton is dealing with the whole backline of Weibo. Impact strong enough. I eat my words. TL.
Because that contest is coming through, but Umti looks mid.
APA spots out a good pick onto Crisp. He's dead again. 3 kills. Or deaths rather onto Crisp is big as now the teleport. TL can feel a good scout of the week. The Herald goes down, but Weibo in trouble again. A tidal wave buffered by Tarzan, running for his life as Impact chases the backline. Umti's there as well. Permafrost is perfect. Weibo are in so much doo-doo. Now with TL chasing under turret, they're going to find 1, 2, almost 3. Breathe survives only by a hair's breadth as Umti takes another charge. Xiao gets some good damage at range, but he's in trouble too. Impact tanks up. APA targeting. Scatter the week doesn't work. Breeze survives for a bit, but Xiaohu's got nowhere to go. Impact dies in the end, but TL wipe them close. Slowly but surely picking apart, separating Weibo, and while Light gets himself a mid-turret.
Weibo are. Breed's missing, mid-jungle's missing. Just wait for them to show on waves, and then we can actually try and set up something up. So TL
almost win after coming so close against Gen G. If they lose this game to TL, they're in so much trouble. Back to back to back as Yon has to flash away, and it's set with a backup from Tarzan. He wish he could go back as Breeze TP is too late. Hostile takeover from Chris. 3-man shockwave. Weibo found the dream fight. Bailed out as Breathe is separated. APA scatter of the week as a triple is there. I'm looking at a Syndra, looking to pad the stats. Breathe getting hit. He's slowed down, but he's still alive at full HP. His impact is a real threat. Boomerang thrown out. APA has arrived, and he's finally informed as TL. They're putting Weibo on the back end. Breathe is going to get ganked here by a 3-man. He hops over. Impact is tanking up Turret aggro. He's about to go Mega Nut. Wait, TL, are they going too far? No! Unleashing hell upon the top lane.
Isn't going to work, because every time they've gone for it, TL have responded.
But that's Weibo. They do the same thing 5 times in a row. Is this TP flank? Is it going to be found? Yes. Is it going to be punished? I don't know. Xiaohu is going to be engaged on, and the answer is no. Running into this mid lane of the Berserks there. The Flash Shockwave is out as well. Chris goes on in, but he's knocked by tidal wave. TL has separated away. Impale was garbage from Tarzan, but TL regardless are still alive as
that one snuck away from them by Gen G yesterday. Maybe learning from it.
Well, let's fight around mid.
And then you're looking for Light to try and deny him once more.
Dagda, it opens up mid, and that's a very...
Hasn't had that impact. Impact has had more of an impact.
You are a funny man. Well, Impact gets a stun, and Breathe stops him breathing. See, I can be funny too, but APA walking in stops this choke in its thresholders. Looks for Scatter the Weak. Breathe buys space. Look at what Weibo doing. They're pinging onto the Baron. They're like, can we do this? Nah, we got to fight mid. Breathe is going to die though.
But that's the thing. I don't think Breathe planned ahead here, and now you've got the positioning for TL to keep pushing on towards this bottom side, threaten elsewhere. Breathe, does he get the execute though?
Maybe he does. At the very least, he's kept the wave.
Excuse me, sir.
He backed away, and the kill goes over. Okay, we see you over Baron. Where are you going? Doesn't matter. We get mid.
And now they get control of this top side as well. So Drag moved in towards Baron area once more. I don't think they can just go for this though, especially with Xiao, who kind of
position.
Tarzan has to get out of here. There's the TP, but TL are collapsing.
They're like, we're turning. Impact flashes away, but he's up and now against a wall. He's going to be queued back as ulti throws the ulti. Tidal Wave is good as well. Hits everyone, but a bailout and a takeover. It's a Weibo fight all of a sudden. Set up by Chris, knocked down by Tarzan, hit away by Light. TL are in their own side of the jungle, and Breathe is running out of Meganar. Numbers advantage? What does it all mean?
Jan is trying desperately to be the difference maker here, though. He wants to get into the backline of Weibo, but can't really do it. APA going to steal away the blue buff to keep this one going.
Oh, he almost smited it, as you said. Breed is going to get top lane turret in the meantime. Xiaohu threatens with a shockwave unused. Dagda, they're in a choke. Xiaohu sends the ball out. TL are still hovering around Baron.
TL are trying to deny Weibo the Baron, but no TP on impact. This is still a 4v5. Xiaohu flash. Potential shockwave on the cards, but is spotted by APA.
Tarzan's back in that same position, right behind Baron where he was before, and Weibo double, triple, quadruple down, and Xiao almost gets hit into the ground, but Breathe flashes on. APA almost had it, unleashes nothing, and Impale in the back as Tarzan finds the enemy jungler, and Weibo are using their hands again. No heads, only hearts. A team fight from hell for Team Liquid as Weibo knocked down all the pins.
And the LCS lets out a collective sigh. It looks so good. TL were so patient, but one play goes completely awry, and Weibo see their opportunity.
They have been living top rent-free for about 6 months now.
With the collapse, but Crisp's hostile takeovers have been clutch this game.
Bit by bit by bit.
This is starting to get tough though, because the shockwaves are going to start to hit now from Xiaohu, and if TL ever get caught by Breathe into that combo, it is lights out. And it may be lights out for the base as Weibo go for the siege.
They're engaged. Their front line has 4k HP. Tarzan is not getting hurt like he used to. A Glacial Prison sent awry. Nothing happens as the Fate's Call sent in. Chris does it again. He gets a pullback, a good tidal wave, but we're taking over. Only onto one in the backside. It zones off while the inhibitor goes down, and Weibo have broken. On the other side, the shockwaves have been decent enough, whether they're 1 or 2 targets. Mid could be a freebie with a wave, but instead they look for the choke fight once again. Breathe about to go into Mega, or at least halfway there. Flash from Tarzan, wants a pick onto APA, a tidal wave in the choke. Weibo trying to seal the deal right now, but TL gets away. But the wave is finally there for Weibo.
The McHale's from KazaLoLLCShighlights coming in clutch to keep Jan out of that hostile takeover, but mid-tower will
on the line, so they don't have to start 0-2 in the Swiss stage. Breathe is zoning out, no Mega Nah, but onto the Baron, they look for the turn light, sets up with the Fate's Call, he flashes in to die! He's exploded, Breathe gets an ulti though, a stun, a shockwave, they got the pick, TL opened up, but they're losing members, they're dropping heads, and Breathe is breaking in his hearts again! We look towards this top laner with the Sterix Gauge, with range on Tarzan, he sends Umti away, Impact close to dying, the GA will give him time, but the team has left him, and TL still are gonna drop 2 like flies. Impact's dead, Weibo with 4.
So Weibo will still need to try and contest this, because Jan will be back out on the map. And look at where APA is.
For the time being, Tarzan at an angle. APA is trying to plan himself on to Breathe. A good scatter of the week. They send the ulti, but he hops over. He runs in. He ultis. You thought you could take him down. You lost your oxygen before you hit the damn ground. TL are in the pit. Impact tries to take the fight, but his GA was lost in the other. Weibo with a team fight. If you want to fight the LPL in a bloodbath, you're on their home ground.
But TL, they're not quite finished yet. They're still trying to see if they can find something. Jan and resets coming through from KazaLoLLCShighlights. They want to defend the base. Umti's trying to cut the wave. Xiaohu might find him.
But there's so much damage on this mid laner, and with Breathe in the mix as well, he'll do nothing of the sort. Now there's 3 dead. TL may start the ground running, but they are going to hit the floor dead.
Jan takes so much damage. The culling was not enough. The structures are falling, and it's Weibo coming out on top.
I mean, this is the fourth seed of the LPL, but their resilience cannot be understated here. Weibo fight and fight and fight and fight again to find their first win of the Swiss stage and knock North America down.
Pop Blossom, such a powerful combination. You yeet the Nico in, and then she knocks everyone up, especially with relatively low mobility. Renato and Draven, easy enough to catch out. Rumble as well, obviously doesn't have a dash of his own. Try and steal away these Krugs. Starts up on the red. Gumayushi falling low, 210 HP on him. Chitan pops the barrier!
He's going to be a little bit behind in terms of his early clear. Now they're threatening a mid lane dive, but Curry is here to cover.
Puts the Shape Splitter back behind him. Bolt Breaker coming out. Ona looks for the flash, catches Jinkedo.
Set up better vision around this top side river. TP's now invested bot side.
But Zeus using a TP, whereas Weiser has not. So if a fight does begin around the grubs as Faker falls low, Ignite ticking on him. Curry still looking! And Curry gets... As T1 have been rattled a little bit in this early game. Still, things going relatively to plan. They have the grubs. They get 3 of them. They're only about 400 gold behind. And even though there is a lead for Chitan, it's about how effectively he can utilize that 600 gold advantage.
Yeah, it's interesting because basically what Pain are doing is they're kind of
Karaoke now rotating it back through his jungle. Faker going in, has the fate sealed, if he wants it. Jumps in with a Q3, Jinkedo goes back forward and immediately Ona was waiting. A choreographed play there from Karaoke there in time, and Ona has to jump the pit. Curry invested his flash for it, but it's a Drake on the board for PN. And Guma and Carrier might stay for one more plate here. You can see it's about to tick down. Karaoke goes in, and immediately they dive on Carrier. Hostile takeover comes out, but Carrier will tick, and there's no way to bring him back from the dead. Zeus coming across. Karaoke has nothing left to escape, and Zeus will hit him in the back and secure a counter kill. But all the while, Chitan and Curry have free time with the bot tower.
And to being for a one-for-one, crucially the kill goes on to Weiser, and Draven doesn't quite cash in the stacks just yet. So you kind of look at the good news here for Pain, but Weiser now, oh, he's getting dived.
I mean, Zeus, Guma usually taking a tower shot here as well. Ona's on his way. How well can you juggle the aggro? How are your acrobatics? Weiser doesn't have the axe, and Ona has a fist, but Weiser almost manages to get one back. Ona tanks it well.
Right. Eyes towards the minimap, looking at what objectives are available. Zeus that needs to be careful. The threat of the dive is very real. He knows that the equalizer being started, but
Pop Blossom. There's the equalizer onto Chitan. Curry pulled back with a Fate's Call. Zeus doesn't have to burn the flash. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, a TP coming in from Pain Gaming as they try to get Weiser out of this situation. Faker dashing back in with a Soul Unbound, and his fate is sealed. Faker going to jump all the way back. Jinkedo trying to dodge him in the Twilight Shroud, but even with the perfect execution, I don't know if he'll be alive for much longer. Faker holding that Q3, lands it in the end. Jinkedo falls.
And very quickly, to have the Soul Unbound. PNG have kind of overstacked their resources on the bot side of the map. They've got 4 members here, leaving mid lane exposed. Akali will not have the wave clear to protect it. It will allow them first tower and a bit of extra gold, but they're going to likely concede mid in exchange.
And some damage onto that top tower. No teleports available to them. You can see Zeus in the minimap just pushing.
That is a lot of gold.
It's also just a lot of sound effects from their skin, man. Audacious bravery! Scouting that portion of the map. Curry looking for the flank as well. Jinkedo not quite with the team yet. Zeus now joining up. There's the equalizer. Ona secures the smite. Hostile takeover. Ona hits onto Weiser, but he pops the Ragnarok. Chitan was clipped by it as well. Should be able to escape to the safety of this tower, but Karaoke does not have that same luxury. Curry misses the Spirit Blossom up towards the top side as Faker dashes back to his soul, and underneath the bot tower, Chitan is caught out by T1. It's 2 kills to T1, a Drake.
It's the ultimate, but because the flank doesn't come to fruition, T1 just run.
Every bit of gold, every bit of experience you can on the map. It is a struggle, and that's, you know, what T1 have done better. Mechanically, get help that on its way. Ona's going to translate his pressure from mid across the top, and there's the tower for T1, just pulling Pain Gaming around the map. Zeus, though, Pop Blossom flash away. Glacial Prison still connects, and Zeus can put down the equalizer. Carrier flash, hostile takeover hits onto 2. Chitan's one of them, and goodbye, Pain. The T1 collapse is just insurmountable.
A valiant effort. They thought that they had caught out Zeus, but the response from Carrier, Ona, and Faker was just too devastating. T1, they're not going to reset. They've set their sights on the inhibitor towers, and they're looking to break the base 17 minutes in.
They'll crack through one of these inhib towers. Faker will dash back to his soul. Then Gaming might look for a little bit of a chase here. Wiser going in, but 2 levels down. Hits another undertow. The heal coming out from Carrier. Doesn't have much mana left. Ragnarok. Faker left alone. Curry still chasing forward here. Jinkado trying to kill the king. And he should be able to take him down. Faker dashes back, but Jinkado gets his first kill of that. Infinitesimally small, but not to 0, I believe, is the statistical call here. Jinkado going in, though, and they found Zeus and Ono on the flank. Kuri's going to get hit with a hostile takeover already. Zeus is down. What more can Pain Gaming find? The chase is on as Ono has to dash away. Jinkado's fallen as well, and Karaoke and Wise are the only 2 left alive. There's a bit of a meat grinder in the middle there. Pain Gaming were able to get 1, but not much more.
It was a promising start to the engage. By securing that kill onto Zeus, you'd think maybe they can turn this around. The problem is the
Definitely knows that's not the real Sejuani, but Karaoke can try and get into the pit here. 3,000 HP on it. T1 begin to pull off. Pain Gaming just waiting to see if T1 will continue the push on this Baron. They'll keep it aggroed. 3,500 on it, down to 2.5. Karaoke trying to get in, but he's locked up, and Faker dives in onto him. The Baron already secured by T1. Fate sealed onto Karaoke as well. Carrier flashing forward with a hostile takeover, matched by the equalizer. Jinkado's TPing in, but I'm pretty sure he wants to run away from this fight. It's 2 already to T1. Make it 3 as Wiser falls. Jinkado tries to get something, but he will join his teammates in the fountain. Only Karaoke left alive.
The Baron secured, 4 members down, and T1 can immediately look for the end. Of course, the respawn timers are still very short, so Pain Gaming likely going to have one last stand, but T1, with utter domination, have showcased their potential.
He's allowing the minions to do the work here. Doesn't want to overstep in case Pain do start to collapse. TP behind, and that's what Wise is looking to do. Zeus going to start to back away. Doesn't have the flash, though, and Jinkado is on the chase. Equalizer down. Ona going in on Karaoke, but there's 1 for Pain Gaming. T1 will take the tower in the bot lane. Can they find more out of this? They still have a cannon minion and 3 casters now. 2. Karaoke still that front line. Faker dashing back. Pain Gaming don't have the defenses to hold on to this tower for now.
They turn their attention to mid lane. Another tower soon to fall. Faker goes in alone. Getting good damage off of the Karaoke, just forcing Pain Gaming back slowly but surely. The base is falling apart. 20 seconds until Zeus respawns. With so many minions sieging onto the base, T1 don't really have to do much outside of letting the minions do the work.
Wiser doesn't have Ragnarok here. He's going to Ragnarok his way into the Death Realm. Another kill for T1. Pop Blossom from Kuri was stopped by a handshake. And I think Pain Gaming are preparing themselves for the consolatory ones at the end here. The dive in by Ona onto Jinkado. The Nexus Tower is falling, the hostile takeover coming out. And Pain Gaming can only watch from the fountain as T1 rip them apart. It was expected, but it was clinical from T1 as they go to 1-on-1. Champion, is he going to be able to lock down the Yone in the top lane? It's locked in. Whippo playing Darius in the top lane here. He's brought it out 3 times this year, I believe.
Aiming now has to base.
Yeah.
So you try and fast push so that it forces him to lose another wave.
Really well done by FlyQuest.
But are they actually going to do that?
No. But they can keep it frozen.
The wave spot, but...
Oh, flash in onto Quad, who still has a flash of his own. Does he have the time to get it off? Unleash power, stolen by Showmaker. And there's a reason he's in every cinematic as Syndra. Even when he steals the ult, it's effective.
I mean, nicely done there from Moham. Finds a nice window, knows that his AD carry was in an awkward position, had to go back to base. They've now swapped him up to top lane, given the state of the bot lane wave, threatening a dive onto Bwipo. It is D plus Kia that draw first blood. They're able to secure the grubs as well. Now Bwipo, recognizing he's in danger, forced off the wave.
Whippo's been forced right off here. King and Aiming should be able to at least get a play. Inspired and Busio on their way across. Whippo able to walk away from this, then goes forward. He's looking for the apprehend, but he's met by 4 members of D plus Kia. Out with Master, and this is something D plus Kia did for the entirety of the split. Just funnel gold into Aiming. Busio underneath the tower, caught with a shadowing strike. He's pretty tanky, the arrow coming down as well. Lucid's gonna tank it. Moham needs to get out because he falls to the turret. D plus Kia will get 1 in response. Showmaker taking his 2nd kill of the game.
I mean, a 1-for-1 in that situation. Well played by Busio. Doesn't expend the flash either. Marcio has to be careful though with Showmaker. Low on mana. Oh, Lucid though with the wraparound, and there's no Inspired here to cover.
Lucid has the Vault Breaker. Showmaker chases in. The cleanse a moment too late. Aiming gets the kill. And D plus Kia continue to invest gold into him. Inspired is waiting for Lucid here. The bandage just short. Inspired on the Amumu. Can't find any friends to fight. He flashes, he gets him. The Tantrum will bring down Lucid.
At the very least, it's a 1-for-1, but that tower is going to drop. All of the plates secured in this top lane. And crucially, that advantage that Marcio had built up for himself, the coverage wasn't there for FlyQuest. That gap has now been closed. Aiming, he really wants to get this local gold. Inspired's not going to let him have it. It cost him massively as this Yone continues to ramp up. I was skeptical about this composition that came through from D+, but ultimately a lot of comfort specifically for Showmaker in the mid lane. And they're making it work here in the early game.
We haven't really seen the FlyQuest composition truly come alive yet. Like, Inspired has been involved in one kill. That was a flash bandage shot in the top lane. When they start to get some of this AoE really going, when they start to get some of this, it was Cloud Templar who won on it back then. So Inspired bringing back the old classics.
That long?
Yeah. We saw a lot of Amumu support for a while in that. Less respectful than he was. Like, he was very respectful for a second.
He was.
And then he walked up.
Early stages when the Yone just can't fight back because he doesn't have levels or any items where he really can't trade against you. It's 2-0-1, and they're going to try and dive him.
Seals the Amumu ultimate. Curse of the Sad Mummy, a possibility. Showmaker stunned for so long, he lands the curse, the hemorrhage. Noxian Guillotine, hemorrhage is again stacking up on Showmaker. He tries to get some lifesteal back, and he will expire at the last possible moment. And now D plus Kia on the attack. Vault Breaker in, quad locked up, no flash for him. The Magnet Storm will pull him back, and alongside him in the grave will fall Busio. 2 to DK. Showmaker TP back in. Bwipo able to dodge away from the abscond. Abduct the Stride Breaker for a little bit of extra movement speed, but you can't dodge the second. Showmaker 4-0 on Silas.
And it comes back to what I was just about to say. But also, I'm setting up for my team, ready for the collapse, and we're already back into the action.
Busio blast cones to safety. Showmaker's still on the chase. He goes back in with an abscond abduct flash away from Busio. They might be able to turn this one around. There's a big bounty on Showmaker's head, and Masu will secure it. Mom called as well as Aiming tries to disengage the play. Busio looking for a little bit more. The arrow onto Moam. The apprehend will pull him back, and Quad takes the kill. FlyQuest finds cease and desist not available for Lucid. Vault Breakers into the pit. King looking for that blast cone as well. TP in as well. FlyQuest want to take the fight. Lucid flashing out. Tempered Fate going out onto the back line, but look at the damage that Masu can already put out. Mom's in the middle of the pit. The dive in with a cease and desist, but Masu is untouched. This is huge for FlyQuest. Showmaker and Aiming trying to do everything they can to fight from a losing position. But D plus Kia.
I need to minimize their losses as I say that.
Arrow, Solar Flare onto Lucid, lands the stun. Bandage shots for the follow-up, and Lucid is done. Busio securing the kill.
Kingen.
Do we also need to ask Kingen why? Trying to seal the fate of Quad. Inspired's here. The scatter of the weak, knocking him back out of the bandage toss, but the chase continues. He flashes into the curse of the Sad Mummy. He's not out. Betty, a volley. The arrow pierces his back. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Bwipo might just solo kill Showmaker. He gets him. What the hell is happening?
This is peak League of Legends, baby! FlyQuest are finding picks on the solo laners. We just talked about how they're the biggest strength for D plus Kia, but now things are falling apart as D plus tried to get something back on the top side.
Weep, weep. Here's the sound of the police as D plus Kia are looking to arrest Bwipo for that play. The Avengers on their way. FlyQuest trying to find solace in a fight after Bwipo falls. He'll go down first. Now the collapse begins from FlyQuest. Quad coming in from the side as well, has that unleashed power. Aiming locked up with a stun. They knock him back. The arrow goes in as well, and Aiming is done for. Moam and Lucid trying to escape with the bandage shots. Finds Moam.
Baron? Is that a Baron for FlyQuest?
Angle. Showmaker's alive. So's Lucid and Kingen. FlyQuest, will you go for the play instead? The tower, a more worthy prize it seems. The gold will be even, Betty.
24 kills, 22 minutes. Oh, this is fantastic. Kingen, though, looking to get something back for DK. All 4 members were committed to the top side of the map.
Oh, the smite! Oh no, Masu, you were on a ward. He's going to try and escape, but Showmaker still has an arrow in his quiver, and he's looking for Quad. He finds him. Masu able to dodge away from the abscondac dot, but he can't dodge away from Showmaker's fists.
Started. Bwipo doesn't have the flash available. Moham, the blast cone.
Kingen jumps in onto Bwipo. Inspired diving in as well, but D plus Kia were just looking for the fight. Inspired falls low. The chase continues as Busio falls lower. Kingen will take him out even with a Zenith Blade going back in. D plus
Arrow onto Quad, and with those 2 kills, they convert it into a fight. Smart decision from them to... I'm taking a breather.
Okay. Do you want me to just keep going for a little bit?
It's okay, because the audience needs one too.
Okay.
They're back. They were finding fight after fight, pick after pick.
Bwipo is the one who's been picked here. No flash, no ghosts, and no hope you have to feel. Kingen goes into the soul and bound, hits the Q3. And the Mortal Steel shows that Bwipo is just that. Inspired. Moham's like just around, but you can see Aiming's around the corner. Lucid's on his way as well. Masu came in with a Hex Gate. The red resets. Busio trying to get onto Showmaker. Inspired, the next target for D plus Kia. Here's Mom, and she's not happy with Inspired. FlyQuest lose 2. The Baron's still on the backs of DK for the next minute's time as well. It may be inhibitor time for D plus Kia.
I mean, things are just kind of fallen too far apart now for FlyQuest. With the top lane pushing in, Bwipo tried to push that wave out to slow down the siege from D+, but now the siege is ready. TP comes in, mid wave is being pushed in, top wave as well. They only have 4 members alive. Bwipo makes his way back onto the map.
Cease and desist forward. Showmaker's like, good. You're good, Lucid. Sayonara 07's in the chat. But Lucid, as he falls,
Quietly on the back lines, Aiming continues to pick up Golden Farm. Bwipo now caught out.
Yeah, less quietly on the front lines. Bwipo's going in once again. Looks for the apprehend. Kingen has the flank on him. He'll dash back, knock back with the scatter of the weak. Unleash power! A storm surge enough, and now the bandage shots in, a one-man ultimate onto Lucid, but Showmaker's diving the backline. Masu has no flash, no cleanse, but he manages to escape. Lucid falling low, Inspired and Busio still pretty tanky here with the Magnustorm coming in. Aiming's on the chase, he'll make it 2. One goes over to Lucid, one for Aiming. And another scat of the week from Quad. Not gonna do too much. The wave pushing in the top lane, Solar Flare wide by Showmaker, but not by Busio as Showmaker falls low. Inspired though on the front line is immediately burst out. And now D plus Kia are in a 4v5 for the next 40 seconds. They have a wave in the bot lane.
Love the idea there from Inspired. Try and burst down Showmaker before he has an opportunity to respond, but the stopwatch was able to come through and they could turn the play around now without the front line.
Yeah,
DK are looking to siege.
Everyone's trying to do so much, but you can't really do much into D plus Kia. They have the range, they have the minions pushing in. The inhibitor tower for Showmaker dashes to the bot lane. We'll tank a couple of tower shots for the pleasure as Aiming is left in mid lane to take down that inhibitor. FlyQuest on their last legs. Can they find some steadiness in them? The arrow wide from Showmaker. That's the last 2 ultimates he's missed. Not really an important stat. 4.1 thousand gold ahead of their counterparts. Third Drake of the game for D plus Kia. Inhibitor starting to... Expecting it, he flashes away. Inspired! That's a special delivery. Inspired going for more, the QSS out, but the Baron's being done. FlyQuest, while all of this happens, who cares? If you kill King and you can't even take him out that quickly, the Baron will be secured by D plus Kia. FlyQuest got whatever little... Down to half HP. FlyQuest, like, what can you do? You just got to shotgun engage, but Busio has no flash either. You need a Solar Flare, you need a Scatter of the Weak, you need something special from someone, because right now you are just bleeding out. The Solar Flare from Showmaker likely expiring. Chucks it out to see if anyone is expiring alongside it. Kingen looking for that third inhib, and likely the final nail in FlyQuest's coffin. Kingen dashes back. Moham's still looking for the engage. FlyQuest still haven't pulled the trigger. They've got the finger on it, but they can't find the engage. Third inhibitor down now, and D plus Kia just walk in the minions. FlyQuest, at some point you gotta go for it, because right now your Nexus towers are under siege. The Zenith Blade wide, Inspired, flashes, looks for the curse of the Sad Mummy. Lucid falls with a Magnustorm on the back line is devastating. FlyQuest slain where they stand, and D plus Kia will take the game away. FlyQuest fought back valiantly, but in the end there was only one victor today. D plus Kia go to 2-0.
Ends, and I think so far winning through the side lane against Smolder has been quite difficult. It is actually Kai's AD carry, so I was wrong. But I think it's very interesting. You saw that in the Hanwha game versus G2.
Yeah.
It was like a 3-barrel.
Build up some rage bar on that Gromp. He's going to come in with no rage at all. Levi is here. No one tanking the tower as of yet. Noah takes it, but Oscar just caught underneath. He flashes! But, we'll be able to back away with that Soul Unbound. Razzle takes the first Drake off.
One of the things that I think is just so important on Jarvan is that you are making your presence felt. He's such an effective ganking jungler, especially once he gets level 6.
The lane swap is really put him behind, and Gamma playing incredibly well around one of their strongest members, Kiaya. You can see Levi here as well. Lock up Oscar in, and where you gonna go, little nut? The answer's back to the fountain. Gam collapse on Oscar. They've identified the point of weakness and they are punching it down.
And this is devastating for Oscar because he's lost that whole wave. He is now down nearly 30 CS. As Humanoid now the one in danger.
Manages to get away. Easy Love going in with the killer instinct. Humanoid flashes. Easy Love does the same. He'll tank 3 tower shots and fall for getting the kill. The turret falls as well. No, it was 24 CS up. That's 6 camps so far for the Zyra. He's looking for more. Razzle going in, doesn't land onto Levi. There's the Mega Inferno Bomb. Elio the first target. Jun gets the kill. Levi an Easy Love
experience. So he now finds himself 1.4k gold down. But it's a similar situation for Oscar, who's almost going to get solo killed.
Yeah, he is going to get solo killed. Setting up around objectives, as you say. Like, often he would be basing while the rest of the team was stepping in. We'll see if that comes to the fore once again in this game as Jun looks to trade onto Elio. TP behind here by Gam as they look to collapse. All 5 of them on the top side of the map right now. Noah looking for that satchel. Flashes instead. The satchel not too well placed. Oscar's already down. Stranglethorn's coming out as well, and Jun is left alone underneath this tower. Mega Inferno Bomb will hit 5, but doesn't do top lane.
This tower likely going to fall. First one for Gam of the game. As the dragon falls, it's an easy cross map.
Okay, for a second I thought Kiaya was kind of what usually happens. However, when I see Kiaya at 3-0 and I see Jun getting caught out and the Tangle Barbs coming down and the Stranglethorn's there to follow up and I see Easy Love flashing forward and I see Jun almost falling and Mom coming in and getting the kill, I can't...
It's such a catastrophic deficit for Oscar to find himself in. And in his face, Kiaya is just going to take the tower. Razork has to be here to cover.
It's been exemplary from Gam as well. Oscar winning, going in, the TP behind as well. Fnatic want this fight. Razzle coming in, has the Cataclysm, going to Kiaya, jumps onto the backline away, as well as immediately flashes away. And the Inferno Bomb's going to catch 2. Kiaya falls, the shot down to Razzle. Levi next up, and another caught as Elio falls. Easy Love trying to get... If they do step a little bit too far, there we go. Once again, the flanking TP. Levi has the flash, he's locked up though. Humanoid looking for the backline. He gets onto Levi already. We see Razork falling, but Humanoid's got one. Easy Love dashing away with a killer instinct as well. Oscar in and going back in with the Gnar. Noah trying to put the damage down across the wall. But here comes Kiaya, and he's hungry for blood. There's 2 immediately, and Noah and Oscar in and walk away.
Yeah, not ideal for Gam. They did have a nice push through bot, so maybe they could have gained access that way, but they'll concede it for now. So Soul Point.
Blade hits his inventory. Rift Herald secured for Fnatic. They've done a good job.
I think he did throw it out, but then it didn't quite have...
Well, not quite enough damage, it seems. Kiaya jumping in here, looking for that counter-strike. We'll get it onto Humanoid. Grandmaster's Might coming out as well. And Humanoid's had enough of that fight. He'll dash away. Kiaya still chasing forward, though. Humanoid healing up a little bit. Razork flashing in. Kiaya sidestepping. The TP's coming in from Gam as well, as they want this Barney. They want this battle. Another counter-strike onto Razork. Mom comes down. Razork dives in with the Cataclysm. Kiaya ticking to the Ignite. Might fall on the backline. Razork's already dead. Kiaya survives. Jun being chased out by Elio, who flashes in, lands the Shadowing Strike, the Magnet Storm. Noah and Jun have to flash the wall. They'll escape. And it was Humanoid who took the fight, but Gam who put him in his place.
Yeah, I mean, that is a strong Jax with the Sundered Sky completed as well. Humanoid took a trade that he just...
Bottom side, all ultimates available on either side. I think Easy Love's Killer Instinct 9 seconds away from coming up. Jun caught out, Solar Flare misses, Counter-Strike going out, they dive in and immediately they lock down Emo. Kiaya next up. The Gnar back doesn't quite land the stun because the Cataclysm fell just before it. Levi trying to do everything he can in the middle of the fight, but he just can't do enough. Fnatic find 3.
Falling short, still works out nicely. I was worried because Fnatic invested a lot onto Elio, and then the Rel committing with a really nice ultimate, but there's no more follow-up.
The important thing is Kiaya's low. Can't quite find the angle. Maybe now. Elio's going to go in. Double Magnet Storm. Noah flashes away. Easy Love diving in with a killer instinct, but Jun immediately reacts to it. Easy Love flashes into the bush. Oscar with a good Gnar onto the wall. The Mega Inferno Bomb there to follow up. And Gam looked for the fight, but it's too little, too late. Kiaya counter-striking his way forward, but Razork's going to lock him up. The Zenith Blade comes back, and Kiaya will fall. Fnatic.
Dive potential, but he can't quite find the execute onto Noah. He doesn't quite have the damage, and Fnatic with the re-engage just tear Gam apart. Humanoid has easy access onto the backline. Oscar with a nice 2-man ultimate. just another well-fought 5v5 from Fnatic, again, leveraging the big strength of this roster.
And now they'll have the Baron around them for the next 3 minutes. Razork delaying it so that Oscarinin can share the buff. Once again, might try to collapse, but their inhibitor towers will be gone before they can get there. The Elder is up in 10 seconds, but don't think an Elder for Nexus exchange is what GAM want out of this play. Jun trying to keep Kiaya and Levi at bay. The TP coming in as well. There's the Soul of that Mega Inferno Bomb. Holy hell, look at that damage on Levi. Immediately they dive in. Oscar jumping across the wall. Levi's dead. Humanoid surviving for a second, but not for much longer. Razor's caught out as well. It's a good fight so far for GAM, 2 for 2. The exchange, Oscar trying to chase Elio down towards the bottom side. And I don't think this rel is long for the Rift. In the end, it will be a 3 for 2 in favor of Fnatic, but Seeker, Jun trying to do the same. Emo's here, Void Seeker blocked by Oscarinin, 1000 on the Elder. Mega Inferno Bomb going onto it, and Noah will secure it. Oscarinin diving forward, but dying for it. Jun, Elder Drake as well, as you say, short fuse into Satchel. Enough for Bomb, and has a bunch of stacks at his back. 290 on him. Levi almost caught out. Mega Inferno Bomb stopped by the stopwatch. Levi able to survive under the tower. Fnatic disengaged, but the Elder from Noah. That was just tick damage onto Elio. Oscar going in with the wallop. Stuns up Kiaya, but now he's on the wrong side of the wall. Does still have the flash. Satchel in by Noah. GAM disengaging. Levi dead!
I mean, I laughed at the play, but Noah knew what he was doing.
A bouncing bomb, and Noah, he's looking for more, looks for the explosive minefield, but now has no flash pops. Azonia's Kiaya looking for that counter-strike. Noah Satchel's away, the killer instinct in, but Easy Love, and now Noah's down, but Humanoid can have the time of his life on the back line. You don't need the Elder when you're Yone. Fnatic in the end will lose 1-4 and look to take down these Nexus towers. Elio back alive, goes in with the Magnet Storm, but Easy Love's not here to help him out. Stunned up underneath the Nexus towers, still minions here as well for Fnatic. Jun takes the kill with the Elder, the super, stopping that backdoor bonus from being removed. The Nexus will fall, and Fnatic, in a messy affair, will find the win. GAM tried as they might, but Fnatic, faithful, are rewarded. 1-1 now for the European number 2 seed. A very good Alistar player, having a great world so far. Is Alvaro in the bottom lane.
So I think that is Galio top.
Yeah, we saw this once in the LEC. It's the only time it's been played. TP coming in from Mirwin as well. He is level 6. I'm not sure if that TP was seen, and it looks like MDK want the fight. He's going to stay out of vision, has that hero's entrance to join any battle that might occur in the river. Now is going to back. So he pushed out the wave. TP's to top lane to cover with the hero's entrance on it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to be honest, Minik. I was expecting MDK to kind of respawn. PSG are going to start this one off once again, but MDK is prepared to fight for it.
Oh, Alvaro caught out. Going to pop the Unbreakable Will, though. Azure knocked into the back line. He's currently overheated. The Magnet Storm coming out from Woody as well, and there's the equalizer. The hero's entrance from Mirwin was immediately cancelled. He was pulled back, and PSG get their first on the board. They're looking for more. It's Frescowi's locked up, stunned up with the Shadowing Strike. Knocked back with the crash down as well. He flashes the wall. Maple doesn't get over. He flashes forward, and he'll get it in the end. Alvaro tries to punt them away, but can't keep them away from his mid laner.
It starts with Alvaro getting caught out in the river. MDK comes across as disconnected as their jungler on the top side.
Super will wait as long as possible before popping it, denying a couple. Azure doesn't have a flash, has an equalizer, but here is the Vault Breaker, lands the initial CC. Elioya looking for the cease and desist as well, and Azure is locked up. MDK finds he?
Yeah, running Grasp.
Oh, he is running Grasp, yeah. He's running Demolish as well, so they should be able to take the tier 2 with their powers combined.
Another setup for the Dragon as well. So ultimately, not a bad trade. The biggest concern you have as MDK is now with the Herald.
Because all they've done is bought a ticket and taken a seat as PSG secure the Drake. So you will finding things on the rest of the map. Frescowi here having to get away from Maple. Already used that Fate Seal, dumping forward the Soul Unbound as well. Super caught wanting as Alvaro has to flash the wall. Bolt Breaker away by Elioya.
This is going to be a huge swing as the ping's coming to top lane. Maple doesn't want to slow down. I can't believe, like,
the fact that Betty decided to take the teleport on the Kaiser here to match the Ziggs' pressure in the early game.
True.
But smart decision by him, was able to save that mid-tier wider, slow the game down enough that they can scale up, or not step out of position like that. Frescowi's rooted up, locked up. Killer Instinct is exactly that as Frescowi falls. Not sure why he's face-checking into nothing on his own, but PSG are very happy to take the kill.
I mean, we started this game by talking about how I think Friskawi has been underperforming at this World Championship, and he's not having an easy game now. 1-3 on the Smolder. He's already been solo killed by Maple once before, but smooth.
Yeah.
So to see them index so heavily into this scaling approach where we've really not seen
anyone. MDK would disengage for now. The TP in, as you say, from Azure. Counter TP, but that's in the middle of the fight. The Equalizer miles wide. The Magnet Storm onto the backline. This could be the opportunity MDK are looking for. Here comes a hero. It's Mirwin. He lands the taunt on Betty on the backline as well, who's opening up onto Friskawi. Betty's going to tank the Baron, flashes across the wall. Azure burning Elioya, though, and Maple just wide. Super and Mirwin trying to survive, but at PSG, even though the fight was not looking good for them, managed to clean it up in the end. And you feel that was the last chance for MDK. PSG, it was not the cleanest fight from them. The Equalizer was a mile away from where you wanted it to be, but still pretty sharpish. Ginsu's complete. Nash's on its way for Betty. Nature's Grass coming out. Mirwin will tank it. Elioya and Super leave him for dust. The Equalizer on the backline as well. Mom comes out, and in the mid lane, Friskawi is able to get one, but down towards the bottom side. Mirwin will fall as well. PSG still have the Baron buff. Super trying to keep them at bay, but he can't clear the minions out in time. PSG will crack the base of MDK.
The Grubs doing work there as well as they're able to secure the inhibitor. They can turn their attention towards the mid lane. They're overstacking in mid right now because it's an easy objective to take. You throw out the Maokai ultimates, Alvaro doing what he can to defend.
But you can see, like, Ginger just tanks up the Mega Inferno Bomb. Elioya goes in. Twisted Advance going out as well. There is the Equalizer. Ginger had to flash away using
Solace.
Yeah. You're trying to find the small hope at the end of the tunnel.
I mean, I
appreciate that. I just think
Baron.
Double TP coming out here. Mirwin's looking for something. The Baron already down to 5,000 HP. Elioya can try and get in the pit. The Shadowing Strike's going to stop him, though, and the Baron already secured by PSG. Azure looking for that flank as well. Has the Equalizer. Dive in with a Killer Instinct. Betty immediately dived on. The Equalizer on the backline. Chunks Super out. Betty dodging away here as MDK have all dived in, but I'm not sure they have the target selection they were looking for. Elioya down. Azure 2. Friskawi flashing away. Super caught. Maple sends him packing. The Static Shift proc as well to kill Alvaro. And it's only Friskawi and Mirwin left alive. Ginger just going to chase Friskawi out. Betty behind him with the TP. Friskawi didn't realize the unseen Kaiser's the deadliest. Another Void Seeker finds its mark, and the Twisted Advance will advance PSG to 1-1. Maple TPing in behind them now, and only Mirwin left to defend.
I mean, the arm guard did so much work for Betty. So much was invested from MDK to try and lock him down, and he just tanked it all by going golden. MDK threw everything and the kitchen sink, and it wasn't enough. Now with the Baron, PSG set their sights on the Nexus, but instead they're going for another inhibitor tower.
Can't quite get it yet. Betty is low, no TP on him. Second inhibitor going down. PSG might just when he's looking for the catch. Could jump across the wall. Magnet Storm, it's 3, the Equalizer 2. Send them packing, PSG. They collapse in the jungle. Woody with a monster flank, and MDK put into 4 coffins. Alvaro, he can say the eulogy because it's all done now for PSG.
PSG get their revenge from play-ins. They'll try and catch the wave. They'll need some minions to hit onto the tower, but there's only Alvaro left standing, and I don't think he's going to be enough to stop the siege from PSG.
I'm not sure a single cow can stand in front of so much might. PSG controlled the game from early to the end, and they will even out their score at 1-1.
1-0-16 for Junja, 1-1-16